Colby, you've been working to a UFC title shot since your debut, man. I know you always thought you'd be here. Now that you're here, a couple days out from this opportunity, what's the emotion like? What does it feel like?
Oh, it's a great feeling, man. This is everything I dreamed of. How ironic that it's, the same day as the anniversary of D-Day, the day that the Americans invaded the beaches of Normandy. And just like that, I'm going to take the fight to this filthy animal. And, I salute this fight to the men and women, the brave men and women of the U.S. who fought and lost their lives at the beaches of Normandy. Critics
are going to say that you talked your way into this fight, right? I mean, how do you feel when you hear that this is all about show and not necessarily that you earned your way into this title fight? How do you feel when you hear that?
I just have to laugh. I just have to call them a nerd because those are the same people that, have an opinion about everything. Obviously, their feelings are hurt, so they're letting their feelings dictate their judgment. So, that's their opinion. I don't really care about their opinion.
Your personality, though, probably did help. And you've got a nice winning streak. I mean, you've had the results, right? But the personality, the willingness to put yourself out there, I mean, that probably helped you a little bit as well, right?
Maybe not. No way to tell. But I think after Saturday night, I think everybody's going to know that it was my fighting that did the talking.
I was going to say, I mean, does that concern you at all that maybe people, when they talk about you, because when I hear people break you down, when I hear people talk about you, I don't hear anybody talking about your technique. I don't hear anybody talking about your style. I hear them talking about your mouth and your social media. Does that bug you? Do you feel like maybe people, haven't been giving you the respect that you deserve as an actual fighter?
No, it doesn't bug me, man. I don't let anything get to me. I have no feelings, no emotions. So, you can say whatever you want to say to me. If you want to come over to @Colby Cov MMA, my Instagram page or Twitter page, you can say whatever you want. All these people are snowflakes. They're all these Cheeto-eating dorks that are in their mom's basements that have an opinion, and their opinion doesn't matter to me. So, whatever.
We see a lot of hate. We see a lot of people, coming at you. Do you get many people on social media or in person or whatever that come up to you and say, "I love you, man. Like, you're my favorite fighter. I love what you're doing"?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of the things that I say to the fighters and the fans and everybody else, are a lot of the things that a lot of the fans think. So I'm just saying and expressing for a lot of people that don't have a voice and saying something that they wish they could say. So, I do have a big following and a lot of haters. They're just confused fans. They end up turning eventually. I've had so many fans that after the Dong Hum Kim fight, they hated on me. And then after leading up to the Damian Maia fight, they're like, "Oh, we love what you're doing. We understand it," So they all eventually turn, and so, that's just part of the process.
Championship belt on the line. We know it's an interim title. Give me an idea what that means to you, because some people, hey, it's a belt. On the other hand, I hear people say, well, it's interim. It doesn't. What does this title fight mean to you?
It's everything because it's the undisputed title in my opinion. Tyron Woodley ducked me for a reason. He didn't want to fight me. He's letting this Brazilian take this ass whooping for him. So he's over gossiping about the Kardashians and Justin Bieber on TMZ. He doesn't want to fight no more. He piggybacked his way to get those big pay-per-view draws off Conor and off John Jones. So, his time is come and gone. My time is now.
I know you can't look past what's at hand here, but I mean, do you think about that Woodley fight at all and the opportunity to kind of unify the titles? Because I mean, he won't say your name. He's trying to, I guess, not discuss you whatsoever. Are you thinking about him at all?
Of course, man. I think about him every day. This fight's been set up. The groundwork is in. So I'm definitely thinking about melting him after I finish Rafi Dos Nachos this Saturday. So Tyron Woodley, you got nowhere to run. You got nowhere to hide. It's time to come give me my belt.
Obviously, you're confident in yourself, but I feel he's got some skins on the wall, right? He's accomplished some things. When you take maybe the hype out of it or the nationalities out of it or anything like that. I mean, when you just look at the guy as a fighter, I mean, is there anything that impresses you? What do you see in him?
I see a lot of weaknesses. If you look at his record, it's a padded up record. He's 3-2 in his last 5 fights, and 2 of those fights are at welterweight. I'm 5-0 at welterweight. So, he beat a one-legged Robbie Lawler who has the most significant strikes to the head in the UFC history. So that's not impressive. He beat a guy, Tarek Safin. Where's he been? No one's heard of him. He beat a guy, Neil Magny, who's getting beat up by lightweights. He can only beat jobbers from Europe. So, I don't see much in Ralphie, and I can't wait to send him out on a stretcher this Saturday.
Have you guys crossed paths at all? I wonder what the interaction's been like. Is there any measuring each other up? What's fight week been like?
Fight week's been good. I get my own hotel. I got my security team behind me, so I'm away from all the fighters, all the drama. I just get to focus on what's at hand, and that's winning my belt this weekend.
For you to be stationed at another hotel, that doesn't happen a whole lot. I mean, what does that say about you? Did you think I'm cool with this? Do you hate it because now you don't get to go out there and maybe mix it up a little bit? What do you think?
No, I love it. I'm obviously the biggest name in the game. My name's in the headlines every weekend. I'm the talk of the UFC. Whether it's hate or love, it's all the same thing to me. So, you know, I love it. I embrace it. It's part of the role, and it's everything that I came here to do.
The trash talk, the pre-fight, I mean, do you feel like that's part of the game? I mean, is it a little bit of mental warfare, or is it something you do just to entertain yourself? I mean, is there a strategy behind the way that you conduct yourself?
You know, it's just me being me, man. I have no emotions, no feelings. I don't care what people think of me. You know, that's why I'm different from Conor and guys like Chael. You know, I'm not here to make fans. I'm not trying to please people. I'm doing whatever I want, because that's what bosses do. So I'm not here to make people happy. I'm here to make money.
You know, it's a little bit down the line, but you unify these titles. Your guy Trump's in the news right now. You know, not having champions at the White House. What do you think? Would you be willing to accept an invite? Would you be the first maybe UFC champ to go to the White House? I'm
definitely going to the White House, man. I have to say, you know, what's up with the Philadelphia Eagles, man? What a joke, man. They live in the city of Liberty. I mean, the Liberty Bell's right down the street. Their mascot is the eagle. That's the American flag's mascot. Like, I just got to say that the Philadelphia Eagles suck, you know, and I can't wait to take the belt to White House, to the Oval Office, and put it on Trump's desk.
What would winning this title mean to you? I mean, because I wonder, you know, you said it might shut up silence some doubters, you know, some people that are critics. Like, is that something you want to see to prove to everybody, you know, that, look, I'm not fake. I'm not just a talker. I'm a fighter. Does that matter to you?
No, that doesn't matter to me. You know, everybody's going to have an opinion. You know, that's just how the world works. And you see all the people that hated on Trump, and he's got his big following, you know. And just like him, he was the underdog in his lead up to his campaign. And just like him, he didn't care. He grabbed the pussies by the horn, and he ruled. And that's what I'm going to do on Saturday.
Nice. Well, I know you've been playing this fight out in your head. I mean, you've been working towards this moment for a long time. What do you think we see on Saturday? I mean, is this something where you go in there and dominate and shock the world? Do you feel like, you know, you're going to have to go in there and be ready for a 5-round battle? I mean, how do you see this thing play out in your head?
You know, he's going to get finished on Saturday night. I see a dominating victory. You know, I'm in the best shape of my life. I put in a lot of cardio rounds with the women in the bedroom, so I'm prepared to go 5 rounds. But if it doesn't go 5 rounds, you know, I'm going to leave him in a pool full of blood, and he's going to be sent back to Rio de Janeiro, because I'm going to have Trump have him deported.